Hello, my name is Valerie Frey, and this is my Week 5 learning assignment for our Nature and Needs of Gifted Learners class, and this is my paper slide. Meet David. David is a gifted learner in 6th grade. He is in my 6th grade intensive math class, and he is currently underachieving. He has an F in the regular math course gradebook, and in the intensive gradebook, he currently has a D. He's capable of much higher, he is highly active, and he does love art. At a possible response to intervention meeting, we would have David's mother, David, myself, or the gen ed teachers who also are involved, possibly an administrator, possibly his counselor, and our EP/gifted contact for our school who makes the EPs. The focus of the RTI meeting would be David's success. We want to make sure it's clear that we want him to succeed, that our instruction and the interventions that we provide to him are there to meet David's needs and help him be successful. How will the meeting run? Our EP contact would most likely be the facilitator. There should be a facilitator, a note taker, a timekeeper. It should be positive. Everybody should be welcomed and introduced in the beginning. It should be kept professional. It should be a safe environment. It is a lengthy process. Of course, these time constraints are not exactly specific, but they're there to help us stay on track. The first part would be listing the concerns, David's concerns. We'd want to keep it primary. We want to make sure that we try to keep it as positive as possible while still reaching the point. On to that, we'd move on to David's strengths. That's an important part of the planning process. We use those for what might possibly motivate him. We can review data next, which would be baseline data, nothing specific to him, but nothing specific to his concerns possibly, but his attendance, his overall grades, his gifted EP information. Then we would move on to select the concerns that are the biggest. So in RTI, we don't want to pick multiple things at one time. We want to have 1 or 2 concerns, and we want to have reasons for those concerns. Step 5 of the meeting, or part 5 of the meeting, after we have selected the concerns, we need to set goals based on those 2 concerns. And they need to be very measurable, specific, have time frames, and they also need to include progress monitoring. What data will we collect to make sure that our goals are being reached? The next part, and in my opinion, the most important part of the meeting, is the intervention plan. This takes the longest part, it's 15 to 20 minutes. We need to make a plan to help the student be successful. After that plan is created and planned out very well, we will notify everyone who's involved. So for example, if mom did not make it to the meeting, or if there are other general ed teachers or academic support coaches that were not at the meeting, they need to be notified of their involvement. And the last part is just to review everything that was done, wrap it up, and also make sure that we set a follow-up date. In David's situation, a possible intervention would be an individual project-based assignment that goes along with each module in the math course. So for example, when David is done or understands each day's targets and/or learning goals, he could possibly work on this project. That project would be picked as an intervention because it would motivate him. It would be based around his interest. It could possibly take place of the traditional assessments that the other kids are taking. It would keep him busy with an authentic and exciting purpose. He often finishes his work early, and he's also very active, so this project can help those 2 things. Differentiation in the gifted programs are very intertwined. David is a gifted learner with an educational plan, and he has a right to an education that meets his unique needs. This RTI meeting will help lead to interventions that allow David to meet his needs and work to his fullest potential.